Cosmoteer. So today what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be doing a Pimp My Ship. This is a ship that was made by Butter. Bear with me a moment as I get it. Should have had this open already. And this ship, here it is. Here's a ship right here. Okay. Beautiful painted ship. Love the design. Let's go ahead and save this ship. Let's pull the ship. We are in August. This is going to be 8.28.2024. All right. So it's called Prism Rush 1.1. So Prism Rush 1.1 that Butter has made is we're going to take the ship and we're going to see what type of issues that it may or may not have. Now it's a 1.3 million ship, and what I think it would have a good challenge verse. I think, yeah, a good challenge verse would be face something like this. Now this ship right here, as you can see right here, has tons and tons of ions. As ions come in here and they start ripping away and attacking at the ship, they do lots of damage. As you can see right here, it's peeling away armor, is dealing lots of damage here and there. But I'm thinking what may need some help based on what I'm looking here is I don't like, well, I guess I like all the attack here, but this part right here and this part right here might be a little weak. And what I mean by a little weak is if you take this right here and we were to self-destruct this, it blows up to this section right there. Okay, at least they don't chain react, which is a good thing. But this part right here seems a little weak to me. This part right here for the shields. So you only have 3 shields and then the layer stacking of these. Now if you're looking at this ship and actually considering how it's going to actually work, these right here don't actually provide that much armor. Aesthetically they look cool, but they don't provide that much armor. And you can see right here the AI is actually targeting this section right here. And if the shots come off and they blow off this much, that's what I was afraid of right there. So you see how that took out this whole section right here? And then it blows up this section. And now it's still half a ship, so that's good. But this seems a little light. So I would like to actually somehow increase armor there. So just looking at defensive wise. As far as attack pattern and how it goes, I like its speed. I like all the boosters on it. I like all the thrusters on it. I like how this can actually attack and all different patterns, how it's just totally completely ripping this other ship apart. That is a good thing. But I think this is a weak point and the other part's a weak point. And you saw how this blows up in full. Now I see he has 2 command decks. Is that correct? Okay, 2 command decks here. They have a sensor array. They have a mining laser here as well. I don't know why this one single mining laser is here. And then once the AI, for some reason, once it picks up that this is a weak point, it completely annihilates that section right there. So cool if you're controlling the ship yourself. Controlling your ship yourself, pinpoint and targeting. But yeah, just like I was thinking, weak point and then a weak point in a front-to-front battle. Side to side, I like how the armor is placed here. There's a little bit of protection here, a little bit of protection here. It looks really, really cool. But I believe this needs a little bit more armor. Now the nice thing about layer stacking it this way is it protects good from side to side. But from a front to front, this is actually less armor because there's only 3 protecting it instead of layer stacking the other way. So if you were to shift this, you're thinking, okay, now that we've seen what we want to actually try to fix and actually help out, these pieces right here should be kind of like that. It's up there too. Okay, 2, 2. It is not asymmetrical. And or. Yeah, it is off-centered by one line. Let's see if that's... Okay, that should work now. Okay, now that we fixed that, so for those that are wondering, I've hit this line, or they're new to it, you mirror the mode, and I moved the line over a little bit so it's actually centered on the ship, so that we can mirror it, so that we don't have to double up everything. I don't want to change it too much, but this right here needs to be a little bit more armor, so I'm just going to change the shape just a little bit. Hello, Hosep, welcome. Now I'm totally completely changing his design, but we'll try to save it as best we can. So if we add just a little bit more extra armor there, I believe this will help protect this a little bit more. And then we have guys that are running in and out, and we'll try to fix dedications here as best we can too. But I believe that's a weak point right there, so we're going to change that. Save the ship. Change this 1.2. Not there. 1.2 here, and now we're going to rip off 1.1. We're going to put in 1.2. Let's see how this works. Now the other thing that I've noticed on this ship too is that all of these guys, or most of them, are all red. If we add more dedications specifically for job roles so that people are not trying to run all over the place, it should help some more too. Now what we're mainly looking at is, okay, so the engine room becomes the first target once you add enough armor there. And even though we lost the engine rooms, we haven't lost this piece of armor which protects the actual reactor from our front to front. These shields have gone down, and then it's taking some time for them to bring them back up, just like these shields. So the armor is helping to keep it so that the shields can come back up. So that second round there, and then this one right here, the shields. I'm gonna have to look at the dedications, but that's at least a little bit better on the front. I know it took 3 battles just to even see it, so we're gonna start it over again. But what I want to try to fix here is I want to fix. Okay, so they have those 2 guys. These guys are not coming down there. They're dedicated to that. These guys are dedicated to this. Okay, so what I want to find out is what dedications do you have for your shields. This is a 6 and a 6. And they're also dedicated to large shields and smaller shields. Okay. That's interesting placement. So these ones have these 3, and this one, no, they don't do the smaller one while they have this guy is also doing that one. Interesting rededications. What if you were to the smaller? I actually like this side better than this side on that. So I'm going to take off that one. Take off that one. Now they're just dedicated to those shields. And then these people. Okay, here's 2. Mirror that side. And then what is the ion beam dedication that they have here? Ion beam dedication is also a 5. So they focus on shields over ion beam battery supply. Let's resave this. I also want to fix the armor for the engine room. See this right here? It looks cool. But if we added a little bit more protection in some form or fashion, I know that this still looks cool, but if we were to change this so that the engine room's a tiny bit more protected, I'm thinking I don't want to change the shape out there too much, but if this had just a tiny bit more protection, it looks cool. I'm gonna change it to a block. Change it to have that little protection there. And I think this is an open way there. They have the 1, 2. They have 2 layers of shields to help protect it, but you need a little bit more armor. Personal opinion. And I'm thinking... I don't like that because it's gonna rip that. It's gonna rip that off. Put that there. And then this can be here like that. Or not. Oh, that piece falls off. That's fine. It looks horrible. Still want the armor protection here for this though. Let's see how this... see what that does. Put this back here. Okay, save this again over 1.3. Looks good. Restart that battle and go again. Okay, now we have a little bit more protection for the engine rooms. I'm going to see how this gets hit though. Yeah, that needs a little bit of protection there. So the shape's doing good there. We didn't lose the full engine. We lost most of it though. So that's for right here. We need some kind of protection. Just a layer of protection just to protect the engine room just a little bit more. This is protecting that really well. They didn't lose the full actual reactor there yet. Okay, what if we were to keep the overall shape? He likes these diagonal pieces, so what if 2-piece, 3-piece here? Let's do it this way. Copy, paste. How does that place like that? It's like that. This is attached somehow. We'll do a double piece. Let's do 2-piecer, which is on the side. Then somehow they have this protecting like that, and with this attached to there. Okay, so this piece would have to be one of these. Flip it. And then some of this. And copy that and paste that. There. Right? Yeah, this comes up here like this. Kinda like that. That makes it look horrible. Aesthetically, anyways. And then I kind of want to attach this into here. Yuck. But that's what I would do. You would, to protect the booster, you would kind of want to add a tiny bit of armor here, some form or fashion. Doesn't look cool, but... 1.4. 1.4. Restart the battle and go. Alright, now that armor's there, that's there. I kind of want to fix these dedications a little bit better too. Shields are coming up quick enough. Adding disruptor could help it fight against the shield. This is also true. I like it what Holsop just said. Adding disruptors could also help it fight against other ships with shields. You can see the damage output is huge. And now that we've added just a tiny bit of layer protection for the thrusters, more protection for the thrusters, we did lose a large shield here, but we haven't lost the bulk of here or here. And the overall design is still kept in place. Now I don't like right here, you see there's no power indicated. This is where we need to fix that. Now it looks like the ship is separated to two sections, so you see how that didn't have power, but the shields had, because they're more dedicated on shields. This is where we need to fix all of that. So the armor is better for facing against a ship like this. Now the cost difference are huge too. We're looking at 500,000, almost a little under 500,000 price difference. But the point was just to see what it could face versus each other. Now you see this ship right here is separated into a section here and a section here. And the dedications that I just changed, now this side was already like this, but this side was like this. Because they had the larger shields, that's actually not good for it. So we're going to rip off that section right there and have them just dedicated to ions. Where these other guys up here can just be dedicated to shields. So we have all these guys just dedicated to shields. Now the downside of doing this many shields for large shields and small shields is 12 guys enough for 3 large shields and 3 small shields. Which I'm also actually even tempted to take this guy off this one and just have them dedicated on the top 2, where these guys are dedicated to those ones. And that would be a better disbursement. So that's this way, this team is only dedicated to these 3 small shields and these 2 big ones, with these guys dedicated to all of them. I'm actually going to say no to that small shield. That way that'll help disperse them out a little bit better. And then let's look at this. These guys are dedicated to ion beams. These guys are not dedicated to anything. They're free runners. These guys are free runners. Why is half the ship dedicated and the other half is not? Is that a free runner? Is it a free runner? 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Interesting dedications, okay. Nothing. Interesting. So this one should be like that as a half the ship. Okay, let's get this, which is different. This one's only dedicated to ion in the reactor, but the reactor has no dedication. So you have a guy going directly to the reactor for no reason. Well, I guess they'll just split up. And then this team, and then this team, 3 and 3. So 3. And then they have a guy to the engine room. Okay. Maybe. .5. We'll see what we broke. We're checking to see if we ran out of power. You see, wait, this one ran out of power, so we need to fix that one. Yeah, that one right there, on the left-hand side. And that one too. So the one with next to the people. It doesn't run out of power often, but it runs out of power every little second that it's not having power, it's not doing damage. Well, that I like the damage output. Definitely doing a lot of damage. Liking that. All right, let's see if we can fix that power issue. So it's this one right here, because there's only one crew dedicated to it, and then dedicated to two. This one's dedicated to those two. Honestly, I want to do 3 and then 3. There, we'll see if that fixes that. And then this could be a rotating. You could do this. It's gonna be an up and a down. Down, up, down. No, we'll just leave it as is for right this second. I kind of want it to be up, down, up, down. It could be a rotating wheel. We'll leave it for right this second. And then it could be in and out, up, down, up, in and down. I'm thinking like this. There's a door there. Door there. That's why this is to go up, power, down, down. 1.5, 1.6. I'm still liking Hotsup's disruptor idea too. Okay, let's see if I broke it. And now it didn't have power for a second. Now it doesn't have power again. This fire extinguisher is causing it to walk to fire extinguisher and then walkway, so let's try to fix that too. So this fire extinguisher seems like it's in the way. We need to speed this up a little bit. So we're going to come over here. We're going to take this fire extinguisher and figure out a place to put it besides where it's at. Can't see where I want to put it right this second. It's in there. If I move this here, then that could no, like that. Just rip it off for right this second. All right, walkway in. This needs a walkway that way. Let's speed them up that way. This needs a speed it this way, and then they walk back this way. This would be up, down, down. I don't want to go reverse, but I guess a reverse walking backwards toward it is not bad. And then this right here, up, it's down. Kind of want it to be a revolving. Let's see. That right there. 2, 1, 2. And then this one right here. Okay. You are, since you're the further one, you can be the 2. Did I do the same thing? I did that one. Now we're duplicating it. And this one was having power issues too. And not made it so. 3 and 3. This goes in and out like that. See if we fix the power issues or not. Save the ship 1.7. Little minor new things changes, but that was the whole point of these episodes, is see what we can change to make a ship just a tiny bit better. Seeing if any of them go out of power for any reason. That one just did. That one did too. And now we're blowing up. Alright. Left-hand side. That one lost power right there. What are the dedications for this one right here? I got one team. There's just one guy dedicated to it, and he's dedicated to this too. I don't like that. Dedicated fire extinguisher in this. That one's dedicated to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that one's dedicated to that one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. To those three. Also those three. Save that. I lost this section right here in the last one. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the ion beams. So we're looking at the power. Yeah, I still blowing this away. I haven't lost that in full. Power to the engine room. For whatever reason. What's going on here? What's going on there? And let's see, thrusters, engine room 8.8, which means they do more power to that one. So we need to have dedications, which is this one has 2 red guys to dedicate for that power, and this one has just these blue guys. So we're gonna let's replace some different areas. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay, now we'll do the engine rooms. We have nobody for... Interestingly enough. Ah, we get red people over here. Over the blue. So this is supposed to be like this. That one's there, that one's there. This is also blue. Another blue. Blue, 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 blue. You see these guys right here. They have blue guys and then red guys mixed in there. The blue guys should be the ones taking over, which I need to go double check to see. Blue guys are the operators. And they are operators. Okay. .8. Give this another shot. Alright, now that we got the blue guys dedicated, we got all blue guys in the ion beams, all blue guys in this ion beams. That should be better on that side. Now we have a red guy supplying power. watching here, we're watching all the ions. Ions are not running out of power now, so that's good. Oh, that one just did. This one's running out of power. One single one. One single one running out of power, okay. So this one right here is running out of power. So we're gonna figure out who's got dedication. This is a dedication, this is dedication. That's a 2-2. We're going to take, so he's got engine room. Engine room. We're gonna take you off of 1. No, we'll keep you there. We'll keep you off of this. Dedicate to these 2. Power supply there. No, I don't like that. Shields, I like how the shields are placed for that dedications. This is a complete separate ship. You see, the only way to get in here is this airlock. And then they come down. This is just too far of a distance from it to say it's dedicated. Plus they have too many priorities here and here. Now the engine room, I think the red guys, because it's an 8, is taking over priority, and if this moves, this is consuming lots of energy. So what we can change here, I actually still want them to have all 3 ion beams, but what we're going to change here is we're going to take the edit roll for all red ships, and we're going to come back to the engine room, and we're going to say a 7 because this is a 6. Or, I like the better idea, we can move everything up to 8. Okay, so this is a 5 for supply battery. So this should be 7. That's an 8. I'm almost tempted to make this to be an 8 as well. I'll do that at 8. Just because that's damage output and we don't want to lose it. Okay, save this as a 1.9. Test it again. Totally wipe that out right there. Blow up the engine room. Still haven't lost that yet. Now I know guys are dedicated to this too, and it's trying to pull all these things in because of all the debris. But I wanted to put it under stress with that as well to see just how it would do. We do also have crews standing around here and here. So now we're looking at how much crew do we have to actually operate the ship to actually make it work. So it still work the way it is, but we have crew down here literally standing around. So what I think can happen here is we rip this off. It can be a tour. This can be a tour. Make that a tour for right now. I'm actually tempted to rip this off too. Okay, now we got less crew on both sides. I know I ripped those guys off. This is dedication 333, and then this is. I'm actually gonna rip this one off. These guys can be. Nope. Not what I wanted to do. There. So that one's dedicated to this, and then that's just the engine room. So they have 2 guys going in and out. And because I ripped that off, we can now fix this. It's a downer. Kind of want that to be a down. This can be an up. Get rid of the door. It's a down, up. Okay, just 2.0. Now that we've ripped off some more crew. Let's see how this does. Wait. 2.0. Not 1.9. 2.0. We're now at 170 crew instead of 180. Let's see if we can still operate back here without that much crew. With all these guys standing here. That's still operating back there just fine. And I don't like how all that just fell off once this blew up like that. Notice that happen a few rare times too. So once you lose all this and this whole thing falls off. So it's literally just attached right there. So if this falls, if they blow up this, and this whole thing falls off, and then you lose all that damage. Which this, if we could just attach it to what? I'm thinking about that some more. But this right here is a ton of red crew standing around. Doing nothing. Let's see if that gets them to do something besides stand around. So yeah, these 6 people right here, we don't want them to just standing around doing nothing. So now we rededicate and say, here, you can do all these different prisms. A little bit less standing around. We still have this one's a full crew, not doing anything. That one's doing. But nobody dedicated to the mining laser. There's still, see how this crew, I'm looking at the crew right now, is who's standing around. Now these guys standing around because they're just dedicated to shields, which is fine because it's only on the duress because you need those 12 guys just for those shields. But these guys right here, it looks like you can actually rip off more crew. So let's do that. And I'm thinking this one right here. You know these two are faced 2 different ways. And I also noticed this one right here. This looks like an illegal thing to do. Right? Door. That doesn't look like you're actually supposed to be able to do that. Interesting. This. We're just gonna do it. Gonna rip that off. Let's see what we just did. Probably destroyed it, but crew standing there. These people have very few. That one has very few. All the ions are still going. Alright, still fully functional. We ripped off 12 more crew members. Now, obviously you can keep those 12 more crew members in there, like if you're trying to resupply other ships or just having the other dedications, just having them. But the ship can fully operate without that many crew members. And there were still a few people standing around, which is what you still want. So this can literally go down from, I think it was 180 to 158. Okay, now that we did that much, let's go take the original. Let's see what the original does. So we have 180 crew. We reduced the cost just a tiny bit. We got 158 crew compared to 180 crew. And we will see if the changes I made can actually stand a chance against the original in any form or fashion. So the extra armor is holding up, which is what you want, because it's where the AI is targeting. And it looks like the new improvements sustained very minimum damage. We did lose a little bit of armor there. I still think there should be added a little bit more armor there too, but I don't want to do armor ratio to where the AI is targeting. So it is just enough armor to help it do what it needs to do. Reducing the crew significantly. We'll give it another shot and see what happens. We may want to also change sides too. But this extra armor definitely adds a little bit more. Unless the AI starts targeting on the inside, which it's doing. Lost the shield. And now we lost that much. And that was positioning. So it did the insides. But they are near almost the same ship. What we change is here, the armor. That's the inside shields, because these three shields right here, the three large shields. And then where the AI was targeting. So the C of the AI is targeting there. And then this blew up there because it was hyper-focusing that. Maybe it needs the extra crew for whatever reason. But see, there's power issues here on this one, on the original. Let's flip it. Let's also clear everything. Alright, restart and swap, go. Okay, so we got 2.2 on this side, which is the one that I made modifications to, and then we have the original here on the left. The AR is targeting this. And then once it moves into a different direction, interesting position on both of them. Maybe I ruined it. We do have a lot less crew on here too, though. Okay, now we got both sides working. Ah, okay, so if they target this right here, that prism took out the whole section. So if they can land this, it's the AR targeting to the armor ratio. So because I added so much armor here, once the AI beams rip off enough of these shields, it's then gonna start targeting the insides. And then also where it's placed too. See how they're targeting this when they're a distance away, because they have the attack pattern to make sure that they attack up close, because it is a prism rush. And then once it starts attacking the inside, and then once you lose a crystal, the whole thing goes boom. Interesting, interesting. Prisms, prisms. Alright, there's three. They layer stack this way. I'm trying to think of how we're going to fix the larger shields. If at all. because I added the extra weight, it doesn't have as much movability. It still can. Yeah, they're still blowing each other up. It's a toss-up. It still operates though with a lot less. 158 crew compared to 180. And it still can win against the other one occasionally, but I'm thinking having the issue here is these larger shields. Because I changed the dedications on them. No, this one's winning. I think it has to do with the shield dedications. Let's fix it. Because remember, what I did was I took off this. So this one has all three of those plus the small one, which I'm going to actually re-add this one back to the larger shield because I was having problems with the larger shields. This one has all three larger shields. I'm actually going to remove from the smaller shields in full. This one's dedicated to the smaller shields and larger shields. We'll leave one just to be safe. And then this one will do all of them. Are there any more crew members we can dedicate to the top half? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No. We're gonna live with that. If the larger shields go down, then the whole ship goes poof. And that's a large reactor. Okay, large reactor, large reactor. Larger shields can go up faster now because we have guys just dedicated to that one, not to the smaller ones at all. And that should work. My mouse is acting funny. Okay. I'm liking so far. Liking that so far. I mean, the armor placement, it doesn't make it look pretty, but this needed the little extra armor there for other type of ships besides fighting itself. Now that's doing better. I like it. Now let's test swarming. So we got 2.3. Let's do this. I really like this ship actually. Let's do 3 of these and see how that handles versus a little bit of swarming. We might actually need to do 4 because I think this thing's gonna rip apart one of these ships really quickly. We're gonna have to do more than 4. Okay, so you see right here, the side armor engine got taken out. So if we take 4 of these little buggers. Now these are smaller ships swarming. Okay, so this right here, there's no armor placement for this engine room and no armor placement for that engine room on the sides. Front to front, it still is handling good. But once you can get side swipe right here, then that right here takes out that, and then that blows up this whole section. And then if you get sideswiped here again, this will take out this reactor here on the side, so that needs a tiny bit more protection in some form or fashion. Now these are just little tiny laser ships. And right there, there's a weak point right here too. That's a weak point, that's a weak point. Now I know the ship is meant to be light to a frontal charge in a frontal front battle, but as you can see right here, a lot less cost. Little tiny itty bitty ships, and the swarming method can totally rip this thing apart. So let's see if we can. Really, this needs to move out. This is a weak point right here. That's a weak point right there, especially for this reactor. So all I do is come in behind, hit for right here, and this blows up. It's cool on all this armor for this engine room, but unless the AI is targeting this, this is just extra dead weight. So the AI is not targeting this, the AI is not targeting this, they're targeting this right here. So this is where you need to fix something. Even if this was a double piece. Like, I'm thinking this needs to be a double piece with, definitely doesn't make it look cool anymore, but if we were to do like this, and then this actually, yuck, doesn't make it look pretty at all. We're gonna smooth it out. This is a 1 and a 2, so these can be a 2-piecer. And it actually needs to be like this. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I'm thinking something. Makes it look weird, but let's see what that does. This is 2.4. We're gonna go to August. I don't think it's gonna be enough armor. We need to add much more. I'm gonna try to keep the overall shape as well. So this added a little bit more armor there, but I'm thinking this needs to be bigger armor. And then this doesn't have armor there to extend out this way. And then this right here, that's a tiny bit of armor. Once that blows up there, that takes out that section. So I wanted them to see where they were shooting. And then that right there is a... And then that's still that angle as well. So directly behind this right here is an actual weak point. So if you were to take this and cover it a second layer right here. I mean, I like the design right there, but this needs a tiny much more extra layer right here to give it just that tiny more protection from the back, because literally you only have one, you got one square of defense for that. Oh, it is completely odd shape, isn't it? Ingrams one to the other. It's a little bit different. I wonder if I broke the whole thing because of that. So you see how the engrams are off place? It's not symmetrical, but that's okay. This is there, this is there. I still don't like how there's not enough protection right here. If we were to do something like this. It makes it look so weird. And then move all this one cell back that way. That way it extends this out. So, what I'm thinking here, now I'm talking to myself, is if we take all of this and we cut it and we line it like this, and it can be a single piece, this should be a double piece, and this can also be a double piece. It looks so awful, but I don't like what I did with it, but I'm doing it anyways. 0.5. Yeah, I really don't like that and that. There's got to be a way to make it look prettier, and I'm sure there is. That has that protection. See how I add that protection there? Didn't lose this. I know they're getting stuck on each other. That blew that one up. Engine room still hasn't been lost because we moved it all out, add a little bit more protection from there to there. We're still gonna lose this engine room. And we took out all 4 from the front to front, but that was a front to front battle. So, but what I want to do is I want to see if we can make this look better than it does, because it doesn't look nice. Let's take this. Let's take that. And let's copy this, paste this in like that. That moves that up further. We got an armor placement. This protects that. Gives it a little bit more shape. That attaches to this one. Which means that we need another one of these pieces. There. And we need to frame this up. Alright. Oh, it looks awful. Really not happy with what I did there. I'm sure that butter can change this armor placement better, but that'll help protect it a little bit more in the front. We may just have to go back to 2.3, but sometimes you just gotta see its weak points and fix it. Too much armor in the front now. Okay, so that cover placement's good for the back. I still lost that piece, which is what I would really want to fix. Yeah, I don't like 2.6. We're gonna get rid of it. And we'll go back to 2.5. This armor placement still doesn't look cool, but we don't want to add too much extra weight to it. And it's doing what it's meant to do there. Engine room still blows up, and we lost that whole piece that fell off, which is not good, so this should be attached better. That armor did protect it that way, but now you see how the weak point's no longer at this point, it's now at this part. So we add just a little bit more extra armor there if we can. So this right here. So this armor and this armor is good, but this needs to be better than this. Add that little bit extra more protection, so it's a little bit more protected there. And then actually tempted to make this a piece and then this piece is way better than the other piece. So this is 800 hit points, 8,000. I'm sorry, 8,000 hit points. Where this one's only this was only 6,000, and then the armor value is that 0.2? What is this one? This one's 0.6. So this is minus 0.6 meters, and this one's only minus 0.2 penetration. So it's, even though it's a different piece of armor, it actually adds a whole lot more armor rating to it. So you're actually, even though you're not changing it too much, you're still changing it. This is 2.6. So that protects that a little bit better. This right here, I've noticed that this angle right here, instead of this being this, because when they hit right here, you see how they're hitting right here? If this piece falls off, or no, they're hitting him from that angle. It's that right there is the weak point. And this armor, and that still blows up that. trying to see where they're hitting. They're hitting this, so the hyperdrives are actually weak points on the outer armor right here. So this hyperdrive and this hyperdrive right here. Wish it can move. Which actually it can. Because we ripped off these people right here, we can actually move this in here. And this can now become armor. I think I wanted to face like that. Well, before we do that, are there any dedications to it? No. People dedications. Who are dedicated to those hyperdrives? Nobody. Nobody is. So I can do that without any concern. 2.7. That gives that more protection this way. Just go boom so quickly. This is still a concern right here because this is a quick instant end. So this engine room, and then this way that these people are placed in crew is an easy end to destroy that reactor. So this is a weak point right here on both sides. But as long as they're not hitting that weak point or this weak point, it's totally fine. And then you have this extra armor protection here for the reactor, which is good. Yeah, the front to front, this is a deadly ship. We're trying to test to see the side to sides. But this right here is an easy entry into the reactor. There's no protection. One engine room, reactor, boom. As long as they don't hit that weak point, okay. So it's easily handling what they have right there right now. See, that's protecting good that we added the extra armor there. You see, as long as that reactor doesn't go, then it's super deadly. Rips apart all these other ships, no problems. I haven't seen any power outages for the ion beam, so that's good, even with this gatherer doing all its thing. But what I really want to fix here is this right here. We're gonna fix this part. The problem is this extends out so far. You cover that. It's still weak point. Weak. Like if we were to take this. And move it to somewhere else. Okay, so that's engine room. That's engine room. That's the engine room only. Can we put it somewhere else? Yeah. I'm gonna move it, and my kid is waking up, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon. Just gonna put that there. This is gonna be armor. Now the tiny weak point is just that one point right there. But that's okay. So now we got a door. We need another door here. And then this extra door right here, which is... Okay, that's works for that one. And then change the crew dedication. You can go back to there. Okay, see if this is 2.8. Give this one more shot. Pull in one more ship. Now we got 6 of those. Let's see how this does. Still a weak point, but did a bit okay. Like living a little bit better with a tiny bit more armor is still gonna blow up. 6 ships are just a little too many for it. This armor, like if we can fix this, I want to see where they're shooting here. So because this has so much more armor, that command and still hitting for there. Let's back up one ship. Okay. I think this is gonna be good. Good morning.
Go in.
Good morning.
Can you take off the band-aid now?
Your what? Oh, your band-aid.
It's gonna get harder if you leave it.
Okay, we'll take it off right with this. I'm gonna wrap this up, okay? Alright, if you enjoyed this content, please feel free to hit the like button. It helps me out a ton, helps push out this content to other people. If you like, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, especially what you don't like so that I can improve and make better content. If you have not already, please feel free to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, that's okay as well. Come back once a week, once a month. Check out what content I have. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching, and you all have a wonderful rest of your day.